Let's give the Olympics a miracle.
But this time on ice!
For over 30 years, The Simpsons has entertained us with satire. But at this point, we have to ask, is it more than just a cartoon? From eerie election predictions to terrifying global events, this show has an unsettling track record of getting things right.
Excellent.
And as we step into 2025, some of its most bizarre predictions are actually playing out in real time. Let's break it down, starting with a disaster that's becoming all too real.
Hi, everybody!
Number 7. California wildfires. For years, scientists have warned about the increasing threat of wildfires, but what if The Simpsons saw it coming before anyone took it seriously? In the 2007 episode Little Big Girl, Springfield is consumed by a massive wildfire, forcing residents to flee. At the time, it was just another disaster storyline. But fast forward to today, and wildfires have become one of the biggest threats to California and the entire West Coast. In 2025, California has already faced multiple record-breaking wildfires, wiping out entire towns and displacing thousands of people. Scientists warn that climate change is fueling hotter, drier seasons, making wildfires larger and more frequent than ever before. The Simpsons showed the fires starting accidentally, just like many real-life wildfires caused by power lines, climate conditions, or human error. The episode highlighted government inaction, mirroring real-life criticisms of slow response efforts and lack of wildfire prevention funding. The Simpsons has predicted disasters before: Hurricane Katrina, the Fukushima nuclear meltdown, and even global pandemics. Are these just coincidences, or is the show trying to warn us? And speaking of disasters, this next one, it's not just a fire, it's a corporate takeover gone wrong.
Release the hounds.
6. Elon Musk's takeover. In 2015, The Simpsons introduced Elon Musk to Springfield. He arrived as an innovator, a disruptor, a so-called genius. And by the end, he bankrupted the town's biggest business and left Mr. Burns completely broke. And tell me, this doesn't sound exactly like what happened when Musk took over Twitter. He buys it, promises greatness, lays off half the staff, and then burns billions of dollars faster than Homer eats a donut. Musk fired Twitter's top executives within 24 hours. He laid off 80% of the workforce, then begged some employees to come back. He turned verification into a paid feature, leading to chaos, impersonations, and scams. He killed the Twitter brand, forcing a rebrand to X that nobody asked for. The Musk playbook, a pattern of chaos. And here's the kicker: this isn't even the first time Musk has pulled a Springfield-style takeover. Tesla started with a different founder. Musk took over, rebranded himself as its visionary genius, and erased the company's original history. SpaceX was originally founded by engineers. Musk stepped in, took credit, and made himself the face of private space travel. Twitter? Same story. He buys it, fires the leadership, rebrands the company, and now it's a financial mess. Total coincidence, right? But if The Simpsons was right about Musk's Twitter disaster, what about something even bigger? Something that could change the way we work, think, and even exist. 5. The rise of AI. In 2014, The Simpsons showed AI-powered robots replacing human workers. At the time, just a joke. In 2025, AI is disrupting nearly every industry, from coding and journalism to customer service and music production. Even actors and voiceover artists are now being replaced by AI-generated voices and deepfakes. So, was this just another lucky guess? Or did The Simpsons see this AI revolution coming long before we did? And if AI taking over jobs isn't unsettling enough, the next prediction is even more chilling.
No!
A deer!
4. Edward Snowden and government spying. Imagine a world where the government is secretly listening to your private conversations, tracking your every move, and collecting personal data without you even knowing. Sounds like a dystopian sci-fi novel, right? Well, in 2007, The Simpsons made a joke about it. And just 6 years later, Edward Snowden revealed that this joke was actually real life. 2007, The Simpsons movie includes a scene where the NSA is shown monitoring private conversations in real time. 2013, Edward Snowden leaks classified documents revealing that the NSA had been secretly collecting phone records, emails, and online data from millions of Americans, just like The Simpsons predicted. The Simpsons scene was meant to be over-the-top satire, a ridiculous exaggeration of government surveillance. But fast forward to 2013, and Edward Snowden's leaks confirmed that this satire was shockingly accurate. The NSA was collecting phone records of millions of Americans without their knowledge. Tech giants like Google, Facebook, and Apple were sharing data with the government. Emails, messages, and even video calls were being monitored, all under the justification of national security. When Snowden's leaks hit the media, it shook the world. For the first time, people realized that their private conversations weren't so private after all. And just like in The Simpsons, the surveillance was happening on a massive scale. A lucky guess? Maybe, but what are the odds that The Simpsons just happened to satirize a real government program 6 years before it was exposed? And here's the even bigger question. If The Simpsons was right about this, what other surveillance programs might still be hidden from us today? And if that doesn't creep you out, just wait until you hear about The Simpsons space predictions.
Now calm down, diddly 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 diddly. They did their best, shoddly diddly diddly diddly.
3. SpaceX and Mars colonization. A human colony on Mars, billionaire-led space races. If you think these sound like futuristic sci-fi concepts, think again, because The Simpsons might have seen them coming. 2016, The Simpsons airs The Marge Ian Chronicles, where Lisa volunteers to be part of a one-way trip to colonize Mars. 2025, SpaceX and NASA are already planning long-term Mars missions, with Elon Musk saying humans could arrive as early as 2029. At the time, space colonization seemed like a far-fetched fantasy. But today, billionaires like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Richard Branson are racing to make it a reality. SpaceX is testing rockets for long-term Mars missions, and civilian space travel is already happening. SpaceX is leading missions that could send humans to Mars within the next decade. NASA is developing long-term habitation strategies for interplanetary travel. Companies like Blue Origin and Virgin Galactic are making space tourism a real industry. But here's where it gets weirder. The Simpsons didn't just predict Mars colonization, they also predicted NASA sending an ordinary person into space to increase public interest. 1994, The Simpsons airs Deep Space Homer, where NASA recruits an average citizen to go to space. 2021, SpaceX, Blue Origin, and Virgin Galactic start launching non-astronauts into orbit. So, was this just another case of The Simpsons making a random joke, or did they foresee the billionaire space race long before it happened? And speaking of technology that once seemed impossible, wait until you hear about mind control. Second, mind control and brain chip technology. Mind control, brain chip implants, a world where thoughts can be turned into actions. Sounds crazy, right? Well, not if you ask The Simpsons. 1995, The Simpsons airs an episode where characters control objects with their thoughts. 2025, Elon Musk's Neuralink brain chip implants are in human trials, allowing people to control devices with their minds. Neuralink's chip is already being tested on human subjects. The goal? Allowing paralyzed individuals to control technology with their minds. Musk claims that, in the future, brain chips could enhance intelligence, store memories, and even link human consciousness with AI. If that sounds like a Black Mirror episode, that's because it is. But here's the kicker: The Simpsons might have predicted it decades ago. So, is this just an eerie coincidence, or was The Simpsons warning us about the future of human-machine integration? And now, we're down to the most chilling prediction of all, one that might shape the future of the entire world. 1. The 2024 U.S. election. Back in 2000, The Simpsons aired an episode where Lisa Simpson becomes the first female president, but here's the twist: she inherits a financial crisis from President Trump. 2000, The Simpsons predicts a Trump presidency. 2016, Donald Trump wins the election. 2024, the political climate is once again uncertain, divided, and chaotic. In a different episode, The Simpsons featured an electoral map that closely matches the real 2024 election results. So, was this just satire, or does The Simpsons have a way of seeing into America's political future? One thing's for sure, this isn't the first time the show has nailed major events before they happened. But here's the real question: what else have they predicted that we haven't noticed yet? With over 750 episodes, there could be future predictions hidden in plain sight, waiting to be uncovered. Could we see another political shakeup? Will AI surpass human intelligence? Will we colonize Mars sooner than we think? Or could The Simpsons already have given us clues about the next major technological advancement, economic shift, or even global crisis? And beyond just predictions, what does it say about our world that a satirical animated show seems to forecast events more accurately than some experts? Is this just a case of life imitating art, or are we all unknowingly walking a path that's been foreshadowed long ago? So, what do you think? Are these just coincidences? Or does The Simpsons know something we don't? Could there be hidden predictions still waiting to unfold? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into pop culture's biggest mysteries. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll look back at this very moment and realize that The Simpsons predicted this conversation too.